Salma Al Hajjaj. I'm the General Manager of HR at Gulf Bank Kuwait. I'm here in my capacity as a board member of ASHRM, and I've been now for almost 2 years with ASHRM, and we're working on developing the next generation of human resources experts. During the board meeting, we had quite a lot of discussions on what the topic should be. With what was going on in Davos and the subjects that they were talking about, information technology, digitalization, the future of work became a very important subject. Displaced jobs and people being replaced by robots, that became a very hot topic for everyone. And that's when we decided on what the future of work should be. What's impressive is that the audience that's here is very engaged. They're very interested in what's happening, and they're excited about the future. Yet, some of the speakers have been introducing things that are quite scary. But at the same time, we've always come to the conclusion that the human race is still at the top of the food chain and will remain so, despite all the challenges that are happening. We need to just adjust to the onslaught of technology and make sure that we're ahead of the game at all times. Well, one of the speakers, which was very interesting, he said, we need to bring human back into human resources, and that's become quite a theme across the organization. And the another one was the robotics and how robotics are taking place of humans. And those are themes that are coming across. What are we going to do about those people who used to work in car factories and now don't have jobs, and those people who are now doing jobs that are not going to exist in 10, 20 years? What are we going to do about that? So these themes are really the focus. And then for us in the Middle East, how are we going to motivate the next generation? One of the major themes that is coming through is the demographics of this part of the world, and the majority being under the age of 25 of this generation. What are the current policies in engaging those youth, and how are we going to open jobs? What are their needs, and what are their educational requirements for these people to go into, so that they are prepared when they walk into the corporate world? ASHRM brings a new breath of fresh air to this part of the world. The HR issues that we have for long never talked about. It's about time we start talking about them and trying to be vocal, bringing the capabilities and the competencies of people who are running the HR organizations, become more up to speed, what's going on in the world, what challenges are available. And the beauty of ASHRM is that, while there are lots of HR organizations in the world, the beauty of ASHRM is that it's local. It brings the issues that we're facing locally with a mix of the global needs and what the whole world is talking about. So there are the youth and the generations that are coming through. The demographics in this part of the world are very different than the rest of the world. They were talking over there about aging societies. We're not an aging society. 55% are below, the majority are below the age of 24. So those are the issues that we need to be doing. What are we going to do for these youth? So at ASHRM, they bring the opportunities to the people who are living in this part of the world to look at where we're going to be moving into the future. And I enjoyed the engagement of the people in the audience. They're thirsty for such information. And for the women specifically, if I could focus on that, we looked at some statistical information about women and women employment. We don't have the same. We do have share issues, and women issues are quite common across the world, but we do have some specific women issues that are only relevant to this part of the world, so we need to talk about it. We have a few women sit on stage, act as role models, so that was very important. And the youngsters in the audience need to see those role models and need to engage with them, so there's a lot of networking going on, giving everybody an opportunity, all the women specifically, an opportunity to look at other women and relate to the issues that they faced and help overcome them. But specifically on women, the issues that we talked about here, we talked about a little bit about the global issues, a little bit about women characteristics, women demeanors, and how they behave in boardrooms and how they act amongst their fellow men. These are all common issues because they're physiological and physical, basically. But the issues that we face here beyond that are different. and the need for these youngsters to look at role models, to see some of the panelists, to see some of the people who work in their own organization, some of the women who work in their own organizations who have senior positions. It's very important for them to see them, to be visible, that it can be done, and I do have an opportunity, and there are others who have done it. There are challenges, and we talked about the challenges, but we also have to understand that these things have taken time, they've taken time worldwide. So for us, it's baby steps, but we're in the right direction, and having them here in the room listening to other women speak about their experiences and engaging with them through their networks has been very important and very encouraging for the next generation of women.